Obviously, we're a two-tier system. District Council, one of 11 local authorities under Hampshire County Council. I think the challenge we would find is, I think, similar to that you'd have in a unitary, in that the challenge is finding the right person and building a relationship with that person. And part of that relationship building is to demonstrate how we can support each other on shared outcomes. And I think that's key. You know, resources are tight, and what outcomes can we work together on? Whether or not it's for the same reason, if we get the same outcomes, then I think that shows shows the benefits of the shared resource, both in time and money. And I think what we've seen over recent years is the clinical side and the physical activity side of local authorities and government organisations moving closer together. And I think being able to, once you have those dialogues, those conversations, being able to share that information. We went to a local target group which had all the local GPs present. And at that stage, we were able to demonstrate through video interviews and through literature what we were doing locally. We do have a health and wellbeing board within the district. CCG are part of that, and that pulls in other clinical leads as well, local GPs, etc. And it sits underneath the Hampshire's health and wellbeing board. So we can align some of the key priorities so people can see where workloads and work streams might be going. So again, that can help to demonstrate outcomes, which enhances the relationship. When things start to be delivered and start to achieve shared goals, I think those relationships grow and people understand that maybe these are partners now. I like to think the partnership has got stronger as a result. Depending on the outcome of the programme that we've got in place at the moment, that will help shape the focus going forward of that particular scheme. It might help us to drive more social settings around physical activity. One of the things we have done, for instance, the Healthy Walk scheme, we set a number of those which are led by our active lifestyle officers rather than by volunteers, because we want them to be at a certain place at a certain time where we don't have volunteers. We know that benefits that community that we're looking at targeting. So even now there's some small steps that are starting to be made based on the evidence we've got, and I think the more evidence we gather around what the residents' needs are and what the clinical support would be looking to achieve, where we see ourselves within that relationship, I think that will help drive where we put our resources to get the best outcome for everyone concerned. So the most important part is to build those relationships. A lot of what we do as a sector and as a council is to work with people, build relationships to help us deliver the outcomes that we want to do. As resources get tighter, that's going to be more and more important. What we found through this process is find the right people to work with, open those doors, speak to the people, being able to show what you can do, demonstrate in a language that the people you're trying to work with understand. And that's the key thing. So the important thing, I think, was to find a way to get your message across to people in a way that it resonates with them, that they understand and they can see how it fits in with the outcomes that they're looking to achieve. To speak the other person's language.